Welcome to Full Court Press. This is where we ask the pressing questions going around the NBA. The trio is back once more, and this is our too early to call NBA predictions conference standings edition. Let's get right into it with the Western Conference. We're going to start from the 15th seed all the way to the 1 seed. Number 15 for me, I'm going with the Rockets. I said in our Northwest Division video that you can find up here that I didn't think that the Trailblazers had the worst roster in the West. And I'm going to stick with that. I think the Rockets would last.
I had the Trailblazers last. Anthony Simons just got injured for 4 to 6 weeks, so that's not looking good. Scoot Henderson's had some rough few games to start off the season. DeAndre Ayton doesn't look that good either. The roster's looking rough right now, so 15 seed.
I also have the Trailblazers at 15. They have the least reason to compete right now. Like everyone else, just like has like Spurs want just because they have Wemby, I feel like they're just gonna win some games. So otherwise than that, Trailblazers have nothing to say.
All right, at 14, I have the Trailblazers. Not much going into that. It was either 14 or 15. So
For me, I have San Antonio. I like their team. Their team's kind of nice, but kind of the same as what Charlie said for Portland. Not really a reason to try right now.
I also have San Antonio. They have slightly more reason, I just feel like, because of Wemby. They want to make him have a good first year, but yeah, nothing too good.
13, I have the Spurs. I just think that they're going to get a few more wins than these other teams, but they're still at the bottom.
For me, I have Utah at 13. Laurie is looking great still, despite what Alvin has thought. They're still lacking some players. Like they could use some help. They got to figure things out. But Keontae George is looking nice as well. But 13 seed.
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, so this is where things get a little mixed up. They were at 13 seed. I have the Rockets. They made a few moves. I don't see them competing, but I just see them being better than the other two teams I listed already. So.
All right, and at number 12 for me, I have the Jazz. I just think that out of the rest of the teams in the West, they're by far the worst, so I'll put them at 12.
For me, I have the Rockets. They didn't make the moves they made in the offseason to be bad again. So I feel like they're going to be a little better. It's not looking good so far. It's kind of looking pretty nasty. But it's only 3 games into the season for them.
I have probably a hot take. I have the Timberwolves.
Oh.
Yeah. Every team I haven't named yet, I don't know. I like what they got going on.
Okay.
I don't not like what the Timberwolves have going on. I like Ant Edwards, but yeah, I don't see a successful season for them.
Okay, that one hurt. Number 11, I have the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies look very bad without Ja Morant. Once he comes back, sure, things could turn around, but this is the West, so it was tough to rank these teams from this point on, but I think if things continue this way, the Grizzlies will be in that 11th slot.
For me, I have the Pelicans. Going through it, it was flipping between the team that's the 10 seed and the Pelicans for me. But in a previous video, I said the Pelicans are probably going to end up being out of the playoffs because of injuries. So let's stand on business on that. Pelicans 11 seed.
And that's the only reason I'll let that slide because of injuries. It's a high possibility. But I also have the Grizzlies. Yeah, they don't look good right now. They might figure. I mean, I actually do expect them to figure it out just because they've played without Ja for a lot now, and they've been pretty solid. I think they just have to figure out some things, but I see them winning more games, but still ending up in that spot.
All right, moving on to number 10. This one's going to cause controversy. I have the Thunder at 10. I'm also going to be standing on business because these guys have them winning 50 plus, and I have them getting under 44.5. So
standing on bullshit.
I don't like the Thunder. It's all right.
We don't like you.
I can live with that.
I don't like
Thunder
his
at 10.
opinions. He's a pretty cool guy. But.
Thank you, Charlie.
All right. For number 10, I have the Grizzlies. I want to put them at 11 so bad, but standing on business with the Pelicans. The Grizzlies look absolutely awful. They desperately need Ja. Bane is not taking that self-creation jump at all. Neither is Jaren. Defense has looked a lot worse. Steven Adams is out for the whole season. They're in shambles. 10 seed.
My 10 is the Jazz. I mean, the Jazz pretty much finished, I think they finished like 12 seed last year.
Yeah.
I said before I thought they would be as good or a little bit better, so that's where I'm standing. 10 seed for the Jazz.
And at number 9, I have the Timberwolves. This was tough for me because I like the Timberwolves and I want them to do better than 9, but again, with the teams remaining in the West, I think that they're just better than the Timberwolves. They just work better cohesively. And the Timberwolves still have a lot of things to figure out with that roster.
I also have the Timberwolves at number 9. It's looking kind of weird with them. Cat is not looking good. They need to get rid of him. Their whole team in general just looks awkward right now, kind of just like in the middle. So 9 seed.
My 9 is the Mavs. I've said it before. I'm not a huge fan of the roster they got cooked up. Still a lot to see how Kyrie and Luka will work out. They're looking pretty decent right now. Like they're 2-0, but I got them falling to 9.
All right, now we're going to our seedings, our top 8 teams that would make the playoffs if there was no play-in. And at number 8, I have the Warriors. I also need to stand on business with the Warriors because I said that the dynasty is over. And from what I've seen the past few games, if Steph Curry isn't just having a tremendous game, the Warriors do struggle. And if he gets injured at all, I just don't see them winning that many games whatsoever.
For the 8th seed, I have Dallas. Dallas is Luka's insane. That man might be MVP this year, but they kind of still have their roster struggles the same as last year. It's just straight offense. Defense is kind of mid. Kyrie's having a bit of a rough start, but he'll pick it up. Not much to look forward to with this team. Play Jaden Hardy, 8 seed.
I also have the Warriors at 8. It's hard to count them out. Yeah, an injury would set them back, and the chemistry they have right now is looking a little interesting with Chris Paul. Now he's not coming off the bench, so I feel like he's probably not too excited about that. So things might get a little bit worse there, but yeah, 8 seed.
All right, and at number 7, rounding out the play-in spots, I have the Mavericks. Again, Luka, he's looking amazing. Kyrie's going to pick it up, hopefully. Derek Lively has looked great for them.
Surprised, yeah. I didn't see that coming.
I like Derek Lively.
I think that's a much needed boost for them, having someone that can turn it on if they need it. But yeah, the Mavs are always very interesting. It's all dependent on if that team can score a lot or not, and if Luka stays healthy.
For me, at the 7th seed, I have the Warriors. I was flipping between 7 and 6 with the Warriors, but like Alvin said earlier, they do rely on Steph pretty heavily, and the man is about 35, 36, so he's getting up there, so he can't always do it, but he's looking damn good this season.
Made a fool of Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We'll let me see it.
Yes.
But Andrew Wiggins has looked really bad this season. They desperately need him to pick it up. He's supposed to be their second or third option. Chris Paul's fit pretty well with them. I think that's honestly a pretty underrated fit compared to what people thought the offseason. So 7 seed.
My 7 seed, I don't like to say it, but I got the Kings.
And I said dim the beam in the video. Ooh.
Hey man, the teams I got ahead of them are all respectable teams, depending on injury status. And that's honestly something the Kings haven't really had a problem with is injuries, so maybe I'll be biting the bullet on that. But considering everybody has a healthy season, I got the Kings at 7.
And at number 6, these teams are guaranteed to make the playoffs if they land in these spots. I have the Kings.
I have them the highest.
Wow.
I said dim the beam. You guys aren't lighting the beam for real.
I was really debating with the Kings.
Tough calls.
Yeah, it's tough once you get up this high in the West. Only a couple games could really move you 3 or 4 spots, to be honest. So the Kings were 3rd last year. They end up 6th this year for me. I love the Kings. De'Aaron Fox has looked great, even though he did just suffer an ankle injury, but that's all right. I don't think he's going to miss too much time with that.
At 6th, I have the Clippers. The Clippers have looked amazing so far to start off the season. Paul George is completely locked in. I saw something on Twitter saying Kawhi, Westbrook, Paul George, and Zubac were top 5 in plus minus so far this season. So yeah, that just they're cooking right now. But injuries,
Yeah.
I think they're gonna end up falling because of injuries.
6, I mean, I could totally like interchange this team with the Kings, but it comes down to health. But I got the Pelicans. If you give me a healthy Pelicans squad, I'm not surprised if they end up in the finals, dude. 100% healthy, but going off of the health, I got them at the 6th seed.
All right, and moving up to number 5, I have the Pelicans. I have to stand on business with this one too. I said the Pelicans with a healthy Zion, they're a team to fear. And you cannot give up on Zion. That video is up there for you to watch. Zion really completes this team. Everyone knows he's the best player on that team, and when he's healthy, he's a force to be reckoned with. I got the Pelicans at 5.
For me, they said they love the Kings. Clearly, they don't love them enough. I have the Kings at 5, higher than both of them. They've looked really good to start off the season. It doesn't look like they lost a step. De'Aaron Fox is looking like a solidified top 5 point guard for sure this season. They've just looked basically as good as they did last year. De'Aaron is coming with an ankle injury, unfortunately, but I don't think that'll stop them too much.
I have the Clippers. I think it's tough. I really like the Clippers team, and they have all the experience. Like they have everything it takes, but it comes down to health. I actually think they're going to be healthy this year. Probably a bad thing for me to say. It's probably not going to happen, but I just hope, dude. I just hope. And if they are healthy, they could be way above 5, but I'm going to slide them right in at the 5.
Moving up to number 4, teams with home court advantage in the first round. At 4, I have the Lakers. The Lakers could easily be bottom 4 in the 1 through 8 standings. Relax. Or they could be top 4, as high as 2 if they just have an outstanding year. It doesn't seem like that they've had an outstanding year so far. That team still seems to be working out some chemistry things, just trying to see how LeBron's going to play with limited minutes. I still think that they end up as a top 4 seed.
At number 4, I have everyone's favorite team, our favorite team on the channel, the Thunder.
You don't speak for the channel.
Shut up. I speak for the channel.
No, you
We are the Thunder. We embody the Thunder. Go Thunder.
Yeah.
But Chet Holmgren might be Rookie of the Year this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking.
I think I threw that out there.
I think you did. I think you did. But he's looking great. Shea is looking like himself. He's absolutely cooking.
MVP.
Jalen Williams is doing solid. Their other rookie, Cason Wallace, is looking.
Dude, he came out of nowhere.
He's already contributing pretty well.
Even angrier.
So I need Giddey to step up just a little bit. He's been a bit iffy so far, but the Thunder got it clicking. They're looking good.
I also have the Thunder at the 4th seed.
Yeah.
I want to put them higher, honestly. Higher than the next team I have on the list.
Same.
But it just comes down to experience. The Thunder have almost none. So that's why I think this year they're going to have a really solid regular season. Slotting at the 4, pretty much everything Fatmir said I agree with. Everybody's cooking right now. I think Shea might be a dark horse. Maybe not even dark horse MVP candidate.
Ooh.
The way he's playing, though, it's like him and Luka right now are fucking going crazy, dude. So, I don't know. Thunder at 4.
Rookie of the Year and MVP potentially.
Maybe Defensive Player of the Year.
Ooh.
Ooh.
He just got 4 blocks today.
Yeah, he had 7 the other night, dude.
Ooh.
And when it comes to the Thunder, these two guys surely are slob wizards. Moving on to the top 3. Moving on to the top 3. I have the Clippers, and I said in a previous video, I was like, Kawhi's going to be healthy one of these years. And I think it's this year. It's either this year or next year. And the fact that he came back from his torn ACL this quickly,
I didn't think that man should have came back.
this quickly, he got injured in the playoffs, and he came back for game 1 of the regular season. And he's looking great. Russ is fitting in well. He had that one incident where he shot the ball, but, you know, it is what it is. We live with that. Paul George is looking pretty healthy as well. I have the Clippers 3rd. they're going to make some noise this year.
At third, I have the Lakers. Kind of want to move them down after how they've looked to start the season. But, I mean, AD is still AD. LeBron is still LeBron. Torian Prince is looking really good as a pickup so far. Austin Reeves is... You're saying he's him last season. It's not looking like it right now, but I think they'll start to pick it up soon. Their team just feels like they have too many good players to be worse than third, so crossing my fingers.
Kind of. I also have the Lakers 3. I really don't want to move them down. I have what I've seen so far, but I never count LeBron out, unfortunately. I think the whole minutes restriction thing is kind of wild.
I think they're doing it for real.
I get he's 39 or whatever, but like that's LeBron James, dude. If he wants to be in the game, he's gonna be in the game. And right now, they literally can't. Like they're not even a basketball team when he's not on the court. So, but I still got him at the 3 seed. Not gonna underestimate him.
All right, top 2 in the West. I have the Nuggets at number 2. This is interchangeable, but I said the Suns were gonna go over, and I said the Nuggets were gonna get under. Even if the Nuggets were to get over, the Suns over is still higher. The Suns, to me, are a regular season team, so I have the Nuggets at 2, Suns number 1.
For me, at number 2, I have the Phoenix Suns. Not even a game into the season, Bradley Beal was already injured.
Insane.
Devin Booker is also injured already. They have Kevin Durant and role players right now.
Respect Eric Gordon.
No.
They're still playing close games. I'll give
They are.
I'll
They
give
are.
them that, but
They're winning.
They are. But, 2 seed, please get healthy. I don't need this to be another Brooklyn where the big 3 only plays like 12 games together.
yeah, me and Fatmir have a very similar list at the
See,
towards the top here. I also have the Suns too. I mean, I was high on the Nuggets before the season started, and now they're absolutely cooking right now. So it's looking like they're going to dominate the regular season. Suns kind of expected that things like injuries, especially with Bradley Beal, not so much Devin Booker, but I expected injuries to prevent this team from playing full strength. It isn't slowing them down too much yet, but I don't see any way at this rate that they're going to be winning more games than the Nuggets.
Would you say that you're mile high on the Nuggets?
Another bad joke.
I would say
I had to.
Another bad joke. Yeah, the Nuggets bench looked really bad going into the season, but Peyton Watson, Christian Braun, Reggie Jackson are all looking really good so far, and they just look like by far the best team in the league again. So easy 1 seed for me.
Yeah, when it comes to team chemistry, I don't think anyone's beating the Nuggets. I just think that the Suns are just a regular season team. Come playoff time, I might have some different feelings on where they may end up, but I got the Suns number 1. I'm going to keep it that way. And Charlie got Nuggets number 1.
I surely do.
And that'll wrap up the Western Conference standings. Tune into our next video to see our Eastern Conference standings. Remember, you want to subscribe to this channel. If you weren't entertained by us, you're not going to be entertained by anyone else. So make sure to subscribe to Full Court Press. We're the most entertaining trio on NBA YouTube. Dunk on that like button. And we'll see you all next time. Peace.